Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love or something new to discover.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases.
I am currently listening to Drunkish by Stephanie Wilder Taylor. I really like Stephanie, and this is a book about leaving alcohol. It's called a Memoir of Loving and Leaving Alcohol, and I really dig her take on it. She's a funny person, and I love having her voice actually in my ear, reading it to me. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500.
If you live in Boise, Chicago, D.C., Denver, Houston, Las Vegas, Madison, Philly, Pittsburgh, Portland, or Salt Lake, it can be hard to find out what's happening in your city, like really happening. But a new local podcast called CityCast makes it easy. CityCast is a daily local podcast that keeps you in the know about what's happening. Episodes are short, completely local, and all about your city. You'll always be in the know about what's happening in town, like which restaurants you just have to try, the events you need to attend, and you'll even hear about hot local stories and controversies. Listen to CityCast on any podcast streaming platform by searching City Space Cast and your city name. Hear what your city is talking about with CityCast.
From Wondery and Audible comes Class of '88, a new podcast hosted by Will Smith. Before 1988, a lot of people didn't take hip-hop seriously. But hip-hop today touches everything from film to fashion to sports. So what changed? Follow Class of '88 wherever you get your podcasts.
Happens when there's so much crappens. Watch what crappens. Watch what crappens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that crappens? Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the one and only Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Well, hello. What you doing?
Just hanging out, podcasting with you, ready to talk some Vanderpump Rules. But before we do that, the Crappies are coming up this Saturday. Be sure to be there. Go to watchwhatcrappens.com to get your tickets to the live show at the Palace Theater, February 17th. It's going to be a great show. We have already several friends and guests, etc., coming along. Also, if you can't make it, it's going to be streamed by Moment, and the way to get streaming passes is also on our website. And thirdly, be sure to vote. Voting is going to be open through Thursday. Some of these races are neck and neck, so it's going to be really exciting to see how it all shakes out. Big showdowns in many of the categories. So go vote, and the winners, of course, are going to be revealed at the ceremony. So watchwhatcrappens.com for all your crappies needs. Be a part of it. Have fun. Fulfill your life. What's going on? Shall we pivot now to Vanderpump Rules, Ronnie? Talk about fulfilled lives.
People, be fulfilled. Let us help you. Be fulfilled, guys.
Yeah, achieve the fullness of your life by participating in the Crappies in some way. That's what I always say.
Well, I just want everybody out there to just realize that no matter what you're going through right now, no matter how hard life might be for a lot of us, Tom Sandoval has it the worst. Just remember, no matter what you read in the news or what's happening in the world, the real victim is Tom Sandoval. Okay? Just remember that. Thanks. That was my PSA for the day.
Thank you for reminding us of that truth. I mean, he has it so hard. It's really tough being someone who cheats on his loyal girlfriend of 9 years, and then she's not happy with him, and then also the girl that he cheated on with also isn't talking to him. He has a tough life. It's really hard for Tom Sandoval.
It's everybody else. Okay.
Well, it is tough. Honestly, it is tough because he's like reduced down to like having awkward scenes with Kyle Chan. Like he doesn't have anyone but Kyle Chan to have scenes with.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse you. He is friends with the star of a vegan Butterball commercial. Her name is Billie Lee. How dare you, sir?
I'm so sorry.
Back. He gets to film with Billie Lee. And I like that everyone well, actually, Kyle didn't. But last week there was that thirsty guy who's like, Katie kicked me out of the friend group. Like, nobody knows you, dude. Yeah. And this week, Billie Lee's like, Remember when we can't even be in a comedy show without her? I'm like, oh, really? Are you going to try and plug your comedy right now? Can you just try and be there? Even though this guy's a douchebag, can we try and pretend we're not there to plug our own shows for about 5 seconds? Like, you deserve karma. Okay, this is your karma. Have fun with that.
Yeah. Kyle Chan, by the way, I have to applaud Kyle Chan because he's played the long game. He has hung around this cast for 5 or 6 years, at least since Katie and Tom's wedding, if not before then. And he finally got to have a proper scene where he was actually like hanging out, sitting at a table with a star of the show and having a conversation, which, and by conversation, I mean just going, so what do you think about that? But that's like a really big deal. Like that is what you aim for when you're a hanger-on on a reality show.
Yeah. He looked very bored though. And I can see why he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he might be one of those people who's just like, plug my business, but please don't make me do scenes, because he did not look very excited with this scene.
Well, he probably wanted to be in the other room with like the rest of the cast, with all the cool people, but he's stuck with Sandoval at the losers table. And he's like, I finally get a scene. It's at the losers table. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. The losers two top. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, I know, a two top. Oh, so anyway, the episode opens up with, you know, very dramatic music and lightning flashing and, you know, serious stuff. James has just peed on a bush.
Yeah. James, no. Allie. James, no.
That's Ariana's bush too.
So we're back at Tom's party, otherwise known as the house that Phillips Hugh splooged all over. I mean, good God, yeah. Phillips Hugh, stop masturbating all over people's. There's a different light every square foot. There's a different part of light. Are you trying to keep macaroni and cheese hot? Like what's happening in this house?
I know, I felt like I was in a science museum. So the people are there pretending like they're having fun in this big empty space filled with purple lighting. And Schwartz is like, oh, so how did it go with James? Did it go well? He's like, no, dude, come on. I'm going to tell you about it, okay? I'm going to go lock my front door just in case like anyone wants to barge into this like sick party and they're not invited.
Let's go sit by the phonographs for this. The phonographs? Why can I not remember what that machine is called? The big record machine. The
Victrola phonograph?
No,
album.
Not photographs. What you listen to records on. Like the RCA logo is the dog sitting in front of that big record machine.
Isn't it a Victrola? Victrola? No,
I can't. I didn't know last week either. I'm quitting this job. This job's
sure
really hard.
I think it's a Victrola just because I remember there was a Gossip Girl episode called Victor Victrola. And that's how I learned what a
Is it about a record player that would like dress as a man who dressed as a woman to get some attention?
It was something like some sort of like gender bending fashion moment that was also like in the like the theme was like the 20s. I don't know. I seem to remember it was some sort of like Blair Waldorf. Who knows what?
Okay. Well, anyway,
gramophone.
Let's go sit in front of the Victrola because I watched Gossip Girl, which is probably the reason he has one. Let's face it. So they sit there and he's like, okay, so he's like, are you sorry for the ultimate betrayal? And I'm like, dude, the ultimate betrayal? What the hell? And he's like, why didn't you just say yes? You should have just said, yes, I am sorry for it. And he goes, no, he hooked up with Kristen, dude.
Schwartz is like, oh, no. Like, he did, dude, in my bed, dude. Oh, I used my condoms.
I don't think we pointed out enough recently. He's in danger. That meth is nothing to mess around with. Listen, there are some drugs that you can mess around with and be okay. You do not mess around with meth, okay?
No,
trust.
You don't.
There's a lot of meth-faced people around that area. You don't want to mess with that. So I hope you're not doing that. But also moisturize. Okay, so he's like, yeah, and he was using my condoms. And we get and the dog puts its ears back. Like, why do I have to listen to this? Why am I subjected to this? Where is Ariana? Where is Anne?
I like that Mia was there. It was so random because the dog was just like, I would like to take part in this intervention as well. And then the dog's like, you know what? I give up. I can't help this person.
Well, I don't know that. I don't even know if it's that he likes Tom. Or that she likes Tom. It's just that Tom is constantly going Mia, 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 and she just keeps thinking that she's being called.
Yeah. So Schwartz is like, oh, I mean, I was hoping that there was going to be a constructive conversation with you and James, which is funny. Like, why would the show's biggest narcissist and the show's other biggest narcissist ever have any sort of constructive conversation?
Literally, no one has ever had a constructive conversation with either one of these people. I don't think I can name one time where there's been a constructive conversation. And whenever they're called out on anything, they cry and talk about what a victim they are. They're the same in that way. Right now, James is the more palatable victim.
Yes.
But let's not kid ourselves. A James is a James. Okay.
Yeah. James, I think seems like friendly and happy now because anytime he's not in his house, he doesn't have to hear airplanes going overhead. It's like, oh, what a relief! What a relief! I can hear the word again.
And he doesn't get as offended because he can't really hear what anybody's saying. So he's just like generally not as triggered. But also James has that thing now where he's wearing glasses. And so I think we're all like, oh my God, look at James. He's like so smart and nice now because he's got glasses. Like, look at you. Ben has
Look at me with my
glasses on
readers.
today. I'm not going to fuck with Ben. Like, to me, he's just like a very nice, smart person today. Like,
Yeah.
he could tell me to fuck off. And I'd be like, oh my God, a smart person told me that. And I'm going to totally listen.
You're like, wow, Ben told me to fuck off, but I feel like his reasoning was based off of something he read in the New Yorker, so I'm gonna have to just fuck off.
It's totally opinion piece based. Like America Ferrera, people are like, did she get nominated for an Oscar? She did, right?
She did.
That's crazy. I mean, good for you. So everyone's like, how could she get nominated and you wouldn't nominate Barbie in a movie called Barbie? This is why. Because when America Ferrera played Ugly Betty, she wore glasses.
Yeah.
And so now everybody remembers her in glasses. And so we were like, she worked so hard as a smart person to make it into Hollywood, so she deserves it. That's why.
Yeah.
The fake glasses, I'm telling you, they work.
And she had to suffer through Vanessa Williams's various, rude things that she did as her boss. So we all feel sympathy. I mean, look, did I get these readers for $20 at Target? Yes. Do they make me feel like I just finished going to architecture school? Yes. Do they give me like a slight sense of superiority? Perhaps.
Good.
I'm into it. I'm like, furthermore, when I won my Pritzker Award, I said, you know what I care about? Not Le Corbusier, stupid fucking architect is overrated. I'm more into...
See? And I have had LASIK. I got LASIK a long time ago, so I haven't had glasses in a long time. I don't know a thing you just said. I don't know what you're talking. I'm stupid. Like, I'm a literal idiot because I don't have glasses.
Well, that's really, the thing is this, not knowing what anything is, as a real tenet of futurism, which is probably my second favorite movement beyond brutalism. Is brutalism a movement? Brutalist.
See, that's just
there
a
we
lot.
go. I've reached the limits of my reading glasses. That's so brutalist.
Oh, that is so brutalist.
Okay, so speaking of brutalists,
I'm like, what does it mean when people say this is my Roman Empire?
Brutalism is my Roman Empire. I love concrete.
Okay, so Mia is terrified, and Sandoval's like, I was hoping we could have a constructive conversation too, man. And that's his strategy today. Anybody he talks to, he's just going to start yelling at for no reason. So he's yelling at Schwartz, and Schwartz is like, well, I mean, I guess all I'm saying is, for future conversations, like, it's not going to be the last time someone comes at you and calls you a piece of shit. So if you keep getting mad about it, I think it's going to have a really negative impact on your life. So you should really be more positive about people calling you a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah, but people were allowed to call Kristen a piece of shit. Why can't I? Then she was allowed to fight back. Why can't I? So now it's time to go over to emo night. Okay. Which seems fun for people. And so James and Ella show up backstage, and Scheana has some sort of shirt where it says "good as gold" on it, and she's like, I hope my letters stay out all night. And she's just like really happy. She's taking photos. She's like, I love that. You know what? Like, that's like really good. That's like the thumbnail right there. Print it. That is so the thumbnail for sure. For sure.
So James comes and he's like, guys, I just want you to know that I just went to you know whose house. And Ariana's like, you mean my house? He's like, yeah. And so they all gather around to hear the goss. And he tells it like it's the best story ever. He's like, yeah, I haven't heard from him in like 6 months. So he decides to text me out of the blue. And he says, I'm having a small get-together. And I think, how manipulative to invite me on his birthday. It's like playing chess. This motherfucker wants to play with me. I'm going to play then. Like, ooh, yeah. That chess of the birthday invitation.
I know. I don't think it's manipulation. I think it's just desperation. And so she was like,
it's shooting show-ation. You guys just started shooting a show and you have to shoot together. So
yeah, it's like either he invites you or he has another conversation with his busser who's like, I've been pushed out of Katie's group. So Scheana's like, it's interesting that like James, the one who wants us to all like throw tomatoes at him on stage, actually like is the one who like is like the first to be unblocked and reach out to by Tom. And we see a clip of James on Instagram being, by the way, if you're gonna go see Tom and the most extras on stage tonight, not opening for Cascade, then don't forget to bring the tomatoes and the cabbage, okay?
And I love that Scheana is just offended that she's still blocked. I mean, Scheana really is never going to change. My God. She's still just like, what do you mean? What do you mean we're not best friends still? How is Tom not best friends with me?
Yeah, like I can't believe like the person who like says bring tomatoes and cabbage to his like show is like the one who gets unblocked, but I'm like still blocked. Like, you know, like why is it just because he like advocated to make a salad at Tom's show that like he's the one who doesn't get like he's like not on the bad list anymore? Like I'm like maybe I just like never meant anything to him. Like, but I've also like trashed him a lot on my podcast, so maybe he thinks that like I don't mean anything to him. I don't know. It's sort of like so many things to think about all at once.
It's almost like none of you matter to each other. Weird. So now they're like all gathered around him like, oh my God, this is the best gossip ever. James got invited to a party, but then he didn't like it and he left. My God, tell me more. So
tell me more.
It is like that. It kind of is like that. Like, did he drive a car?
Tell me more. Were there Philip lights on that looked like stars? It's just, I'm sorry, I'm doing Katie's verses. That's why they're so lacking in enthusiasm.
So he's like, yeah, well, it's got to the point where I was like, well, are you sorry for betraying me, bro? And he's like, well, you remember 10 years ago. And Ariana's like, oh my God, Jesus. And like, oh my God, what are you talking about with Kristen? Like, literally? Seriously? Literally? Okay, is it literally seriously or seriously literally? Those are like two different things, but all right, I'll find it for y'all. I'm like,
literally. It was literally. And she's like, oh my God. And Ariana's like, it's scary because he doesn't have anyone around him who gives him honest feedback anymore. And then we cut to Tom at his party, just like bitching about James to all these people who are like, oh my God, Tom, you're so right.
Yeah, it's like James is so heated and like you know what he did to me? I did to him, and like he did it first in the past.
And Kyle Chan's just like,
Yeah, you can't like come at someone so hypocritically. It's like ridiculous, man.
Kyle Chan designs for all your finger needs.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, dude. Like he banned Kristen like on my bed with my condoms. Like I paid for those condoms.
And then he's talking to his manager, Chris Farley guy, and he's like,
oh my God, James is such a dick.
And he's like, hey, remember that time when you said James is such a dick? That was so cool.
Yeah, he really came in so hot. And then he's telling Billy Lee, and he's like, and then another thing is that like James totally did the same thing with like Kristen. So like I don't even understand why I'm being like nailed to a cross.
He's like, yeah, he was also like wiping off his dick with one of my shirts after they just had sex, bro.
He used her shirt as a cum towel.
Like,
that's kind of
why are you kind of making James a hero right now?
I know.
Why are you doing
that's
that?
Like that's like what America wants to hear. That's what America wants to know about the past your clothing has been through.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's later, and Ariana's talking about, I'm gonna lie, it's emo night. They're like, oh my God, it's emo night. This is such a big deal. And they're talking about how Ariana would be a good DJ because she can press play. And James is like, I would die before I only press play on a pre-recorded set list.
But I'm totally fine to do a live set list while sitting on toilet paper. That's okay too. So they're just like doing like emo night and everything. And Lala's like, I still don't know what emo music is, but like what's an emo band? Is it like Nickelback? And so then there's like a lot of like, they're just like partying and cheering and like, you know, having like the best All-American Rejects and Blink-182 moment they could have at the club, and like lots of excitement.
Yeah. So now back to the party. Kyle is asking Tom about his trip. And then Schwartz is like, whoa, you know what, bro? I gotta go. I'm gonna roll over to emo night. He's like,
You're leaving me? Just kidding, man. Just kidding, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. All right, I get it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I know I'm a bad look and everything, but... Oh, no, sorry, Sandoval's like, yeah, I know I'm a bad look. No, yeah, you do look really bad. No, I'm a bad look. I don't look bad. Yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly. Haha, that's what I meant. Okay, gotta go.
both things can be true, bro. And he tells us, I feel terrible for leaving his party, but you know what? Like, also, I love Scheana and James, you know? But we just don't have the same history that Tom and I have, so I had to come, you know? And I know he's a doucher and everyone hates him, but you don't come by friendships like that often. I just can't give up on Tom. I just can't do it.
Yeah, you don't come by friendships that often. You know, where like your friend makes you stick up for them and then puts you in a terrible position, and then all of the nation hates you just by association, and you get nothing really productive out of it, and then you gotta hold all the crumbling pieces of the empire that he destroyed. Yeah, don't find friends like that often.
It's time.
You know what's the worst is when you are shopping online and you're so excited for everything in your cart, and then you look and everything's going to arrive in like 5 weeks. And you're like, why am I even doing this? And you just give up. I hate that. Don't you, Ronnie?
Oh my God, I hate that. And also when it's so expensive. I mean, listen, shipping can make or break a sale. And as your business grows, ShipStation can help optimize how you ship your orders so you can stay competitive while you scale up.
ShipStation is really great for all of this stuff. They've got a free trial and quick setup. It's really easy to try things out before you commit or get started right away.
Their dashboard is so user-friendly. You can easily automate shipping tasks. You can manage orders in one simple dashboard.
You know, one thing also that's really cool is that ShipStation has enterprise solutions that reduce warehouse costs and improve profitability. And like, as your business grows, you can really just save thousands on shipping costs because of that.
ShipStation has industry-leading discounted rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, and Global Post, with discounts up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. Optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Use promo code Crappens today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial.
That's ShipStation.com, promo code Crappens.
From Wondery, this is Black History for Real. I'm Francesca Ramsey.
And I'm Conscious Lee.
What do most people think about when they hear the words Black History?
Rosa Parks, Reconstruction, MLK, February, Black History Month.
Exactly. There are so many stories of Black history that we just are not really talking about or thinking about, especially outside of February. And we are about to flip the script on all of that. Because on this show, you're going to hear a little less,
in August 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue,
and a little bit more.
She is a heroine to some. As a fighter for black rights, she is a villain to others.
Follow Black History for Real on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Listen everywhere on February 5th, or you can listen early and ad-free on Wondery Plus starting January 29th. Join Wondery Plus on the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
For a commercial, it's time for a Crappens commercial. So then we cut to Scheana, who's like, oh my God, here we are, you guys. Like, I got this project, and it was called Good as Gold. And then I was like, oh my God, we're going to emo night. What if I did this for emo night? What if it was like Good as Gold? What if it was like Sad as Gold? Let's do it. Oh, the fucking who's gonna...
Yeah, she's like,
this is a good time.
I'm like on cloud 9. Like, I never truly wanted to be a pop star. I want to be more like Gwen Stefani or Fergie, who both are classically not pop stars whatsoever. God, I'm living my dreams.
Oh. I wanted to be like a real artist, like, you know, someone in flannel who just like, it's like dripping, like Madonna, you know, like.
I really wanted to be like a real rock star, someone who was like edgy and moody, you know, like Vitamin C. So like, I'm really like living out my dream.
I want to have a good time. Hey, Scheana, would you sing the national anthem for us?
America, America.
Oh, say, can you see by the stars? Actually, it's like really hard for me to see because the lights are like really strong in the stadium. So could we change that a little bit? Thanks.
Actually, I really don't like dawn. Can we make it like lunch's early light? Or is it like lunch's early light? So Schwartz
And the home of the pop.
Schwartz comes and he's like, "Oh, I came. Did I miss your set? Oh no! Please don't tell me I missed your set. Oh no!" She's like, "Yeah, it was at 10:30. Stupid. That's what you get when you stand all over the group. Okay, Schwartz."
So then Billy Lee goes and brings a cake to Tom for Anna's birthday, which is funny because Billy Lee, not famously, wanted to be famously, shat on Sweet Lady Jane's when it closed last month. She's like, "You deserve it." So here she is again with some cake, bringing it to Tom, and Sandoval's like, I can't express how truly grateful I am for the people who have stuck around. These people have put up with so much hate for what I did, even though it was totally not my fault. And Billy put up with transphobic remarks. Jason got threats. I mean, no one really knew who Jason was, but he just basically the person at Starbucks said his name was Harvey instead of Jason. And that was totally because of me. And I'm like, I feel terrible that his coffee cup got misnamed like that. Terrible.
Someone called Jason, what's the guy's like? Chris Farley. That was cool.
Hey, remember that time when you said someone called me Chris Farley? That was so cool. That was so good. Can I get your autograph? Hey, Tom, the reason they're sticking around, take a look.
It's me.
No. Look in front of you.
Yeah, I'm looking at a mirror. It's me. I'm seeing my...
No, in front of you, Tom.
It's just a camera.
Exactly, Tom. Okay, it's nothing you need to cry over. Just keep those camera rolling. Keep those camera rolling. You'll still have people to hang out with.
I know. By the way, okay, so I can imagine for sure, Billy Lee got hate because people know who Billy Lee is. No one knows who Jason is. I guarantee Jason did not get threats. I mean, maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe he got some terrible threat. But have we ever met Jason before? Why would the world know who Jason is?
Here's the thing. I believe that people got hate because Bravo fans are nuts. Let's face it.
People looked up
we've
Jason.
seen how crazy they get over these shows, and just everybody's seen the reaction to Sandoval. It was crazy, and people were being really crazy and vicious and stuff online. Here's the thing. I don't really care all that much. I don't really feel terrible. The point is you're an asshole. Okay, so stop acting like you've been through a war that people didn't approve of, and you just did it for your country. You know what I mean? I'm getting those vibes from him this whole episode.
Oh my God, people have been tortured just because they're friends with me.
People are tortured because they're still acting like nothing happened with you, and you're one of the biggest assholes in the world. And it's not just that you cheated. By the way, everybody online, he was like,
"Wow, I'm so sick of everybody talking about how he cheated."
It's not how he cheated. It's this whole episode. It's the whole blaming somebody else and crying like you're the big victim and everything. I think that's what people are so fucking annoyed with, because we all know somebody like that, you know?
Well, also, it's yes, he cheated, which is terrible, but you really also saw, we got being able to watch all of last season, knowing that he had cheated, and, it's not, you see the things he says to Ariana, to see the way he acts, and the duplicity is just so craven and so terrible. And then he doesn't even take responsibility for it, and he thinks he is. He thinks if he says, I did it, it was terrible, I shouldn't have done that. He thinks that's enough. But he doesn't realize what true contrition is. And that's why everyone's like, God, fuck this guy. And, I was like, oh, God, everyone's going to turn on Ariana this season. Everyone's going to be like, ugh, I'm so sick of her. She's so stuck up, da-da-da-da-da. And, people definitely are doing that. But also, not as much as I would have thought, because Tom still is acting terribly. He does not even know how to be contrite.
Well, I think people are. I mean, he's got the trite down part. Just need to... Just add some con in there. You're so close. You're so close. Okay, let's see. Ben disappeared. Where'd you go? Oh, he's coughing. Okay, so back to Sandoval talking to Billy Lee.
He's like, "Oh, and it does really hurt my feelings that Raquel didn't text me on my birthday."
Oh, could it be that she's in a fucking mental health facility after everything that went down with you and does not have access to her phone, sir? Really? I mean, come on. This is what I'm talking about. It's like you're not the victim in this situation. And that girl isn't some doe-eyed, well, she's kind of she's what they call a Bambi-eyed bitch in the Lala dictionary of terms. But I was going to say, she's not just some doe-eyed little innocent. I mean, she kind of is. But she was 28. Like, I get that too. But comparatively, compared to your manipulative. Okay, I quit. I'm going home. But I am home. Never mind. Okay, I'm back at work.
You did it.
It's nothing compared to your manipulative ass. And you are not the victim. And you know that she's in a mental health facility. You're not allowed to cry that she's not fucking getting in touch with you on your birthday. God, gross.
That's the thing, is that he really does bring everything back to himself in a way. Like, and it's sort of like couched in language of like, no, I know she's like busy, but also like, it would have been nice if she thought about me, and like everything. Like he can't just like express any sort of empathy for someone else without being like, but what about me? And that's really been what's been unmasked about him over this past year.
And then typical Billie Lee, it's like, fuck her, I'm your real friend, basically.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I feel like she just dropped you. Like, I've seen you suffer with Ariana, but I've also seen you suffer with Raquel. Like, we'll be at that comedy show, and then you're running out the door to answer your phone for her. Like, you're at her beck and call. Like, you haven't seen Raquel? You haven't seen her?
Since when is Sandoval at Raquel's beck and call? So Sandoval's like, no, I haven't seen her, and I really want to connect. It's like, up until like a few weeks ago, I was like talking to Raquel like every couple of days, and like sometimes when we talk, she would even say a few words, and I thought like, since it's like my birthday, she's like gonna reach out to me in like some way, but like nothing. And like obviously I love her and like I miss her.
And Billie Lee's like, oh, like, you've got so many hurt feelings, you know? But, like, this is about your healing. And, you know, the best place to do that is one of my comedy shows, like this Monday at the Laugh Factory.
How is this about Sandoval? What is Sandoval doing to heal? Have we seen anything that shows any sign of healing? Raquel
Light
was
therapy.
smart. Yeah, Raquel, at least, I shouldn't say Raquel was smart, but Raquel was like, oh shit, I'm in a scandal. This is a disaster. Let me just remove myself and go to this facility because, you know, cynically, a cynical take is like, okay, she knows this is what she needs to rehabilitate her image. It's like you go away, and then you say, oh my God, I was really in a dark place, but I've learned so much. Or she's actually really getting help, which is the less cynical version. But Sandoval didn't even do like the standard things that you do in a scandal. Like
he was carried by Jojo Siwa in New Zealand, bro. New Zealand, bro. Not even old Zealand.
God, like they didn't even like me there. All the sheep just ran away from me. I felt so embarrassed.
Okay, so then we come to this new song, and it's making the world go round, making the world go round. We don't need to tick the talk. No time to stop. Beacon face and leaky fit boys. What? What is that? Beacon face and leaky fit boys. Leaky fit boys. What is a leaky fit boy?
At that point, I don't know. I think maybe there was a seizure that they caught on track. Like I don't know. By the way, no one will ever say that someone on this cast has made the world go round.
Literally, and no one has cared about this about time on the show ever. So I don't know where this song is. Maybe it was Breakin' Face. I have a feeling it was Breakin' Face and Leaky Fit Boys, but I don't know. This is my wordle. You know, while everybody's out there like talking about their words for the day, I'm like, has anybody been able to decipher the Vanderpump Rules music this week? Because it was intense, guys. Leaky Fit Boy. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, there's probably a logical answer to this, but right now we're just gonna go Leaky Fit Boy. So now Katie comes over to Tom and Ariana's house, and Anne's in the kitchen just cleaning all this shit. Like, oh, it was a great party last night. Didn't get to actually go to it, but it's like so fun to clean it up. Some people say the best part about the party is cleaning it afterwards and not actually going to it, and just like getting to clean all this stuff off the glasses. This is great. So fun. I'm having such a great time.
Oh my God, so great. Everybody have a good time. It was so much fun.
Wow.
Unfortunately, they're not having as much fun as I'm having right now with this mob. I love this. This is so great. Yay, guys.
So Katie comes in. She's like, hi. She's like, hi. Don't worry. Ariana's like, don't worry. The coast is clear. It's just Anne cleaning in the kitchen. And Katie's like, oh, thank God. Last time I came in here, there were 2 Toms. And we see Katie entering like 2 days ago, and both Toms were in the kitchen, and she's like slinking around in the background trying to avoid them.
So Katie asks Anne if she gets paid extra to clean this. And Anne's like, I wish. No, who needs pay? I mean, I'm here with you guys. That's enough for me. You look so pretty.
I told my landlord, I don't have money for rent, but can I pay you in memories of cleaning sticky stains off of a glass? Ha! And he said no. Oh, it was so funny. I'm so happy. Oh, by the way, does anyone have a house for me to stay in? Anyone?
It's better than cleaning up everything else that Tom leaked all over the floor. He's a leaky fit boy, that's for sure. Oh, good for him.
Oh, here's an emoji of a puddle. I'm going to clean up that emoji.
So, let's see here. The IV ladies come over, okay, because that's a thing. So they come over and give them some IVs. And then Katie talks about how she's going to go see Scheana for dinner later, and Sheena's not drinking, so I have to drink.
By the way, you know, Bethany Frankel thinks she's so clever. She's like, you know what? Bravo is taking advantage of all these people. They give you alcohol, and then they put you on the merry-go-round. And the merry-go-round, you go around and around on the merry-go-round. You don't even know when you get off because you're so on the merry-go-round. You can't get off the merry-go-round. It's such a fun merry-go-round. You're stuck and going circles and circles and circles. Every fucking show on Bravo, everyone's like, I think I'm going to be dry now. I think I'm going to be sober. I'm going to go sober. I'm sober. Okay. So this whole thing about like the alcohol, I don't know. It's not really holding water anymore.
Yeah, actually, I think Bravo has turned a lot of people into sober people. I think you're actually correct about that.
Some might say Bravo has helped people along the way, accelerated their process.
Bravo actually is like a hospital, basically. It takes broken people and it spits out less broken people. I mean, look, Rachel's on the mend. She's doing great. She has her own podcast for the Bethany Network, for crying out loud, you know, all about healing. Everybody else has quit drinking. I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, even Dorinda showing up to work at Radio Andy. I mean, come on. Bravo.
Everyone on these shows.
Thanks for everything that you've done.
Yeah.
You're like the new Red Cross.
Also, what happened in Bethany's childhood that she doesn't know how to get off of merry-go-rounds? Because that's what she always says. It's like you get on the merry-go-round, you don't know how to get off. It's literally very easy to get off a merry-go-round.
It goes like a block a minute. I mean, an hour. Like, you can get off, okay?
You just wave at the person and say, I'd like to get off this merry-go-round now, and they stop it.
You literally step off the merry-go-round. Even when it's going in a circle, it's going so slowly, you can just step off of it, okay?
But you know what? It's terrifying. And then you get off, and you know what you do? You sue the merry-go-round. Because those horses, they fucking deserved it, okay?
Bethany is so humorless. She's probably the person who goes on the merry-go-round but sits on the bench instead, you know?
Yeah,
Those
she is
benches.
definitely a bench person.
Hey, you know what? Are there any cars? Do you guys have any cars to sit on? I want a car, and I want the car to hit the other little cars. Man, those bumper cars. I want a merry-go-round. All right, that's it. That's it. This merry-go-round does not support women.
Why are you thinking about Bethany today? That's what's up.
No, well, I think about Bethany's my Roman Empire. No, I'm thinking about it because everyone's talking about being sober on Vanderpump Rules, and Bethany has spent so much energy complaining that Bravo plies these people full of booze, which is also what was on the Vanity Fair article. And the truth is that like so many of them have declared proudly that they're stopping, they're not drinking anymore. So I just feel like that's a big gap in the argument there. So
you know who she should be suing? The audience, because the audience is like, fuck all these sober people. What are you doing? Like, if anybody's getting bullied, it is the sober people by the audience, because I've read a lot of comments that the audience is like, this is boring. Why is nobody's even having a drink, you know?
I know, it is wild. Yeah. So now Katie tells us that she and Scheana are at a real turning point because they're both committed to working on their relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. The lights are on and someone's finally home.
No, they're not. This is Scheana. Nobody comes home. That's the point. If you're not happy with a dark home, don't be friends with Scheana. I don't like people saying like, I'm going to be friends with Scheana now because she's less Scheana than she's ever been. No, she's more Scheana than she's ever been, as we'll see in a scene coming up where she sits in her Britney Spears sunglasses outside at night in the smoking section to have a fight with somebody. She's more Scheana than ever, and that's all Scheana needs to be. Scheana doesn't need to be less Scheana for you, okay?
Yeah, Scheana does not have to come to you.
Yeah.
You come to Scheana.
Exactly.
Yeah, Scheana
Don't
doesn't
look
have
the
to
Scheana
change.
horse in the mouth.
Yeah. So Ariana's like, well, I feel like she still has this like soft spot for Schwartz, but I don't think he needs to be invited to things. And Katie's like, yeah, I mean, I was like, are you gonna be with this person until who like always is like flip flopping? Like, let's be honest. Yeah. I think people can like get her to feel for them, and then there's like people besides Schwartz who will like use her for that.
Okay, here's going to be the problem that we can already see. So these two are going to ice everybody out that they don't like on the show. I don't really blame you. I don't see why Ariana, or whatever, Ariana, I'm just calling her Ariana. I can't with the Ariana. It's hard. Okay, I'm an old dog. That's a new trick. So Ariana, I don't understand why she wouldn't want to hang out with Tom. However, you guys can't just recast the show. Like, that's not how it's going to work. And if you are going to be like that, you have to do something. You're literally lying on a couch in sunglasses getting IVs, talking about nothing but the people that you don't want to do things. Like, you're going to need to actually do something. You're on a television show. So Tom Schwartz is going to be showing up. Sorry, okay?
What do you mean? They pressed play at emo night.
Like, yeah, you're not going to carry a season with that. I'm so sorry, but you guys, you're going to need the people that we all hate, okay? Because if we're out of people to hate, we're going to start hating you. I'm just telling you that as someone who's been watching these shows for a very long time. Do not fall into that trap.
Yeah, so now we go to Pump, and it's all being packed up. There's like all the chairs are gathered together, and Lisa walks in and she goes, oh, we've had a good run. Ah, it's so hard looking at this empty shell. But enough about Sandoval. Ha! Get it?
So she calls Ken, and she's like, Ken, I keep thinking that did we do the right thing? He's like, Ken, stop. Hold on, darling, I'm about to get to the rug. Hold on. All right, I'm stuck on the rug. Ken, are you listening to me? Can't get over the rug, darling.
Reboot your system, Ken. Reboot.
Hold on, I've just got a notification on my e-phone. Your Roomba Ken has been stuck on a rug. Damn it, Ken. I told you I was stuck on a rug. Why do you need a notification?
Ken, I just keep wondering, did we do the right thing? Because once Pump closes, who shall serve teeny tiny little shrimp on a salad? I just don't know anymore, Ken.
Where else is going to force people to pay $47 for a piece of salmon?
Where will people of Los Angeles go to hear smooth bossa nova jazz?
So then he's like, oh, who cares? Like, literally, it's over. Give it up. I don't care. Neither do you. Please get out of there as soon as possible. And take that chandelier with you. So then, oh, by the way, did you see that the landlord released a statement that was like, how dare Lisa Vanderpump lie about me? I have not raised the rent. She is a liar. I don't believe you, sir. He's got all these lawsuits against him. You did so raise the rent. Who doesn't raise the rent after 10 years?
You're a landlord. You lie. As a landlord, you lie. You're so stupid to get rid of Pump. Pump is the only thing that has lasted in that godforsaken corner. We've said it before.
Oh my God,
there used to be, remember, Java Stop, whatever. Yeah, have fun with your Spirit of Halloween store that's about to come in there, because guess what? Nothing survives in that corner, and you kicked out Pump. And guess what? Pump was fun to go to. Like, yes, were there lots of people with small dogs that were of a certain age and wearing strange wigs? Yes, but that was part of the charm. I actually really enjoyed going to that garden and having some rosé. We had some Crappens meetups there before. We had some great times.
Yeah, we did have some good times. And, you know, it's also really good going out in West Hollywood and then knowing the next morning why your knees are bruised, you know? And in that place, you know, you knew you weren't in some like dark, dingy alley doing horrible things that they'd probably like get you for on Southern Hospitality. But on that, when you went to that restaurant, you knew where those bruises came from. The planters that were in the middle of every walkway. Okay, there was a certain safety in not being safe, like you were at Pump.
You know, and this is what I say to the landlord. What I say, I'm going to quote a very wise thinker, Maddie from Southern Hospitality. L-O fucking L.
I'm the bitch that runs this bitch.
I'm the bitch that runs this bitch, and you did raise the rent.
Yeah, here's what I have to say to the landlord. I'm Maddie fucking Reese, bitch.
Hello fucking L.
Hello fucking
L-O fucking L. By the way, Southern Hospitality is great, and everyone should watch it.
I know, and it's hard. We don't get to recap that full time because there's too much going on. We're going to
too
talk
much
a little bit about it on the bonus. We'll probably recap next week, right? Because it's the season finale.
Yeah. Oh, the season finale is next week? Yeah, I mean, I love the show. It's just that, like, with the combination of honestly, like, Crappies preparation is just, it's taking up a lot of our time right now. So
No, yeah, but we'll do it next week. Yeah, we have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens. Something is
We
going to
will.
be, I don't care if we have to cancel something. We're doing it, damn it.
no, we will take it on.
Academy is a new scripted podcast that follows Ava Richards, played by HBO's Industries' Myha'la Herald, a brilliant scholarship student who has to quickly adapt to her newfound eat or be eaten world. Ava's ambitions take hold and her small-town values break in hopes of becoming the first scholarship student to make the list. Bishop Gray's all-coveted academic top 10, curated by the headmaster himself. But after realizing she has no chance at the list on her own, she reluctantly accepts an invitation to a secret underground society that pulls the strings on campus life and academic success. If she bends to their will, she'll have everything she's ever dreamed of. But at what cost? Academy takes you into the world of a cutthroat private school where power, money, and sex collide in a game of life and death. Follow Academy on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Academy early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
Okay, so let's see. So next, here we go, guys. I hope you're ready. This is what we were putting off because I don't want to victimize. I don't want Tom Sandoval to have victim complex on my TV right now. But guess what? It's happening on TV, so we have to talk about it. Tom Sandoval comes in, guys, and he's the victim. So let's give it a listen, shall we?
He's brought roses to, because Pump is dead. So Lisa's like, oh no, what are you doing here? Get away, you're ruining my brand. He's like, hey, I brought you flowers. I mean, I know it's like bringing sand to the beach, but I thought I'd still do it. Oh yes, sand to the beach. Or like bringing goat cheese balls to SUR. You just don't need to do it.
You're like, good to see you. So they give kisses. And she's like, so how are you? And he says, oh,
All beat up, a little beat up from my time in New Zealand. It's traumatic.
she's like, have you seen anyone? He's like,
Well, I've seen Ariana, but we haven't talked or anything.
she goes, oh, yes, well, that ship has sailed, hasn't it? I don't even know why you're in the same house. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I think it would be the gentlemanly thing to do to move out of there, give us space, maybe sell the house. I don't know. Is the scene over? I'm exhausted. It's literally exhausting.
And he goes, or one of us can keep it. It's like, see, this is why you are not winning over America, because Lisa's like, the gentlemanly thing for you to do is to move out. And presented with a gentlemanly thing to do, the classy thing to do, he's like, no, but one of us can keep it because it's like a great house. Tom, it may be a great house, but also it's like a generic house. And that doesn't mean it's a bad house, but it's generic, and you can find 50 other versions of it in Los Angeles.
Well, I understand wanting to keep the house, but you can't just take someone else's investment like that. You can't do that. And then even if you're going to pay somebody even if you're going to buy them out, so it's circulating that he's saying he's offered her $3 million and she's still turning it down. Well, you don't have $3 million, and there's no way you're getting a goddamn loan for $3 million. I can tell you that, because you've already taken a loan out on the house. So what are you going to put her on a payment plan for 50 years? That's her losing money. You're not ever going to pay that. Who's going to hold you accountable? No, sir.
You can't you can't go on TV last week and say, I'm moving $50 here, $200 there, just to pay DWP, and then be like, yeah, I'm going to pay out Ariana. No, it's not going to work that way.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and do it on a payment plan, and that's just not going to work.
I don't care how nice
to get her investment out is to sell that house, and for your loan to be paid off from you, and her to get whatever's remaining from the house.
I don't care how nice the house is. You got to move out of it. Like, I'm sorry, you got to move out. You're trying to repair your image and you're trying to like get back into the good graces of your friends and the public. You have to move out of that house because it's ridiculous and you have to start a new chapter. It's the right thing to do, and you sell it and you will find another great house. Like, houses are temporary.
But also, it's really funny that, well, I mean, we've seen, like it's the economy is fucking crazy. Like, we've seen how houses have doubled and tripled and stuff after COVID. And everyone's like, well, how often does COVID happen? All the time. And it's called something else every fucking time it happens, okay? It was like 9/11. And there was like the fucking epic crash of whatever from whenever after that. It's always fucking something, okay? I can tell you that much, being alive this long. It's always fucking something. But,
Ronnie, would you like...
It's not
Ronnie,
just a house.
I'm wearing glasses. Would you like me to take over your economic theory?
Sure. Sure, Alan.
Economics are cyclical. Okay, continue.
But I mean, look, it is a lot having a house, and buying a house now compared to when they bought it would be a lot more money. I get it. You're both kind of going to be fucked over, especially you, because you took that other loan out on the house. It doesn't matter though. You're the one who fucked up, and the only way for her not to be fucked over is to sell the house, and that's it. You fucked it up. You've got to sell the fucking house. That's it. I'm going to be the judge. That's it.
Yeah. Judge Judy.
Now, while we're talking about Bethany,
That's
Bethany.
it. That's it. It's done. It's over. Objection. Overruled. Sustained. That's it. Bye.
I would love Bethany to have a judge show, by the way. Like, that to me would be my favorite. Like, I talk so much shit about Bethany these days, and I think it's because I
literally
have loved
today.
Today I'm really into Bethany. But I think it's because I have loved her so much. And I think that Bethany, you know what it is? Bethany will always, no matter what, I'm endlessly fascinated by her. I just feel like she's using her powers for the wrong thing right now. And I think that like where Bethany is strongest is when she uses her powers for things like, all right, you're in a house. Why are you in a house? Get out of the house. Get out of that. What are you doing in the house? Get out of that house. You move over there. Okay, here's what you do. You move to West Hollywood. You move to, I don't know, go to like Reseda or something like that. I've had enough. Like, well, you know what? You start a brand? You gonna start a brand or anything? If you're not gonna start a brand, get out of the house. That's her judgment for every situation, by the way. It doesn't matter if it's about housing or like someone dented someone's car. Well, move out of the house. Well, I just dented a car. Well, move out of the house. Starting a brand?
Starting a brand.
The house. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so back to this. They're talking about the house, and he's like,
Yeah, someone should keep it. It should be me.
and she goes, okay, then what's the way forward? And he goes, I don't know. Starts yelling at her. And she's like, well, you need to. And he goes, God, Lisa, God, it's a law, Lisa. Okay, it's a law, Lisa. Okay, then what are you doing here? You just wanted to come here for someone to kiss your ass? Sorry, it's not going to happen with anybody you go hang out with on the show, okay? You come here and you're talking about how you deserve the house, and the first person that even questions you, and she didn't. Once he said that, she was like, okay, crazy pants, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're still yelling, get your fucking HEB flowers and go.
And she goes, but you created it. And he goes, I know. My friend Allie died. And then I have Scheana hitting me up saying if I need like help with anything to reach out. And then meanwhile, she's like releasing things like starting rumors about me and like Billy.
And by the way, just because Tom is terrible doesn't mean that everyone else on this show is suddenly not terrible too. Like, we have to remember, because then it cuts to Scheana and she's like, yeah, I think that something did happen with him and Billy Lee, because like it was back in the day and they just made a pact not to tell anybody. I mean, we can't forget that the rest of the cast has literally spent their entire time, their entire lives, making stories about this every single day. But as far as I'm concerned, you kind of earned it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what, Scheana? You know what I need from you? I need you to take a day off from dragging my name through the dirt. Let's just like kick Dom while he's down. Let's kick Raquel while she's down. Let's kick Kyle Chan. Well, he's not really dead. He just sort of exists. Like, let's have this guy on my podcast talking about explicitly sexual things.
Weren't you just talking about how someone was wiping their cum off on one of your shirts? So anyway, he's like, yeah, Scheana, stop dragging my name. She goes, what do you mean this sexually explicit thing? And he's like, yo, there's this dude named Nima that Raquel dated, who, of course, Nima, he of the bright teeth, who we
Was
all
it
know.
actually the same Nima? I was
Yeah,
wondering
it's
that.
Nima.
It was that
Yeah,
Nima?
that's Shaws of Sunset Nima.
Because I was waiting for like a visual, and then I was like, please tell me it's not Nima from Shaws of Sunset. And then I actually just got too lazy to look it up. It was Nima?
That was Nima from Shaws of Sunset, yeah. So
Former guest at the Crappies, I'd like to also add.
So he's like, yeah, so she dated this guy. Oh, he had this, blah, blah, blah. Scheana had this guy named Nima on, and he claimed that I had told Raquel that Ariana and I were in an open relationship, and that's not true. And then on top of that, he went to say these explicit things, like Raquel was begging him to have sex with her on Sheena's bed. Like, bro, stop.
Like, Tom, why are you yelling at the confessional camera?
Sorry, it's a lot, camera. It's a lot.
I just felt like so bad for her. Like I was on the phone with her for a very long time. This doesn't make you a better person though, because just because you like, I mean, you know, it's like he is like showing an example where he was like really just there for Raquel. I'm like, also, but you were not there for your girlfriend. So Sandoval is like this whole mob mentality. It's like I was always against it all the time. I know. So why don't you put it out? I don't mean put out, but put it out. Say I'm sorry, truly.
And he's saying,
Yeah, well, you're just going to say you don't mean it, because that's what they always say. I'm like, damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. I just want to move on. And no, I don't mean move out. I mean, move on. I mean, move on from everybody asking me when I'm going to move out. Got it? Got it!
I want to sign a moveon.org petition to get Ariana to move out. So Lisa's like, but do you want to move on without these people or have any relationships? Like, oh, Lisa.
he's yelling at her. He's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, stop being so angry. He goes,
You're attacking me, Lisa. You are attacking me.
I am not attacking you. I'm just trying
This
to
is my life. This is my life.
I'm not. But it's such a sad life. That's what I'm saying.
My life.
I'm like, people say I'm living my rockstar dreams. I'm literally growing it. Like, I'm literally growing it. It's fucking work. Hey, let me help you out. L-O fucking L. Thanks, Maddie Reese.
It's like so hard singing covers. Nobody understands.
And she's like, oh, just have some remorse.
What am I supposed to be sorry for? Not writing lyrics? Fuck that. It's hard.
I am having remorse. She's like, but have some fragility. She's like, well, if I say I'm sorry and I cry, they say crocodile's tears. By the way, I battle with suicide. She goes, no. She's like,
don't tell me how I felt. Don't tell me how I felt.
I was hanging on by a thread and the walls just like started to close in. And they did have nice lighting on them, Philips Hue. And you can't see outside the pane, and you can't dream of better days. I felt like, what's the fucking point?
Hello there. This is a 2-part recap, okay? This is the end of part 1. So thank you so much for listening to this. Just come back a little later for part 2.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie, my favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Chadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain. She's quite the catch, it's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.